Hello, my friends. It's really nice to see you today. If we haven't met before, my name is Jen Daly, and I'm a therapist and a family coach, and I help kids and grown-ups. Period. Really, I help with feelings and emotions. I help with communication and getting along. I even help with those day-to-day things that are going on. Like maybe, just maybe, your house is getting a little bit messy. So I'm going to be talking to kids and grown-ups in this video, okay? So everybody can watch. But I'm hearing from a lot of grown-ups, I'm pulling my hair out, my house is such a mess. And the kids aren't helping and they're not cleaning up after each other. And I didn't, if we're fortunate enough to normally have a housekeeper, we don't have them now because you can't have people coming into your house. And people are frustrated. And it can be really stressful to live in a house that's cluttered. Right? When you are in your room and your toys and books and papers are all higgledy-piggledy and you don't know and you can't find what you're looking for, there's not really space to play in your room anymore, that can be frustrating. And then you just want to zone out on technology instead. But then your parents and grown-ups come and say you need to clean your room. And that is very frustrating. And for the grown-ups, let me tell you kids something. Grown-ups do not like cleaning up, particularly cleaning up after their kids. You might think grown-ups really like to clean up because they keep talking about cleaning up and pick up after your toys and tidy up after yourself and clear your dishes and blah, 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 blah. But grown-ups do not actually really like to clean up. I mean, there's the occasional weird grown-up that really likes to clean, but for the most part, it's something that we have to do and should do, but don't really like to do. If you're grown-ups or anything like me as a grown-up, I really like having a clean house, and I hate cleaning my house. I would rather do anything else than clean my house. So I'm going to teach you a really important trick about cleaning. Okay? I'm going to teach you a couple of really important tricks. First of all, grown-ups and kids, if your child is old enough to pick up their toys and play with them, they're old enough to put away their toys. So do I mean somebody who's a year and a half old who's playing with blocks? I actually do mean that 18-month-old who's playing with blocks. They are old enough to put away their toys. If you can manipulate the object, you can put it away. Okay? So now it doesn't mean that you can do it all by yourself or remember how to do it all the time all by yourself, but it does mean that you can do it. So if you've got an 18-month-old or even anybody who's 3 or younger, if they can play with toys, they can put them away with help. Now, some people like things to be very precise in how they put things away. So if you're that person, it's going to be, as a grown-up, it's important to think about what's an appropriate amount of detail for a kid to manage, right? Maybe Legos in this box, cars in this box, and wooden blocks in that box, and loveys in that box, right? Those are the 4 containers of things. Or books on the shelf, but just put them on the shelf. Your kids aren't, especially the younger they are, the less likely they are to do it well independently. But making it really simple and kind of thinking about when you teach them, you do it hand over hand, let's find the round block and put a round block in. Ooh, let's find one of our big blocks and put our big block in. Do you see how I'm using my tone of voice and volume and my facial expressions to make it more interesting to put blocks away? So you can play a game where let's find, as they get older, right? So maybe this is 5 and older. Let's find all of the blocks in the whole house, right? Let's see how many we can gather by the end of a countdown. And so I play a lot of 10, 9, 8 in my sessions with kids, and we're doing it as a way a scavenger hunt, show and tell kind of thing while we're doing video. But 10, 9, 8 is an awesome game. So you just say, how many shirts, I'm going to challenge you to see how many shirts or pieces of clothes you can pick up before we get to 0, and you have to be landed back on the bed by 0, okay? So on your mark, get set, go, 10, 9, 8, and, kids are throwing them in the hamper, and everybody's giggling and doing it together because it's making it fun and exciting, and then you jump on the bed, right? And everybody made it, hooray. How many did you get? You got 10 pieces of clothes in 10 seconds? That's amazing. You got 5, that's so great. That was really fun. What should we do next? right? Do you see how I'm really engaging with that? Now, a lot of parents aren't as goofy and cartoony as I am. It's something that is part of my personality. I'm very, very animated, and like most therapists for grown-ups have a very neutral face and they can nod their heads like this. And I don't have that at all, which is why I work with kids and their families, because I don't have a neutral face. But making it fun, playing the game. So after you do shirts, maybe you're going to do it for, blocks or toys or books or whatever that next thing is. Telling kids to do a chore, right, often means that they need to know a whole lot of different steps and hold on to those steps in their mind. So say you're telling your 8-year-old, go clean your room. I think I once broke it down that like clean your room is something like 37 distinct tasks, assuming that you only have a couple of different kinds of items in your room, right? So cleaning your room for a kid might be like, when I was a kid, cleaning my room meant opening the cabinets and drawers and shoving stuff in there or shoving stuff to different piles on the side. And I'm like, okay, my room's clean, Mom and Dad. Or I just push it all into my closet and then I was done. Because the floor was clear, so that was a clean room. I'd have stacks of papers everywhere and toys everywhere and things like that. But it was in my mind, if the floor could be vacuumed, my room was clean enough, and that's that. And I never made my bed. I still don't make my bed. Okay, so it's okay to think about breaking down tasks, right? So clean your room. Like, let's see, I bet kids are like, oh, I don't want to clean my room because I want to go to the iPad and okay guys, iPad time is in 10 minutes, all right? So we've got to tidy up before that. Let's see how much tidying we can do in 10 minutes. And then you set the timer, and then you play 10, 9, 8, or you play silly rush around songs. And you can rush around while you do that, or have a cleanup dance party, right? So giving it time limited, gamification, and single item focus, right? So if you have to pick up your markers, right? Like, ooh, it's almost iPad time, guys. Let's make sure that we pick up all the markers that we've been using for craft time that have kind of gotten all over the house, right? So making it a simple, single step process, just looking for the clothes, just working on the blocks, time limited, we're only going to be doing this for 5 or 10 minutes, and then fun with something like 10, 9, 8 or a dance party or something like that. Okay? So if you didn't start teaching your kids chores when they were toddlers, the next best time to start teaching your kids how to be responsible and do their chores is right now, right? Like you're going to finish this video, parents, and kids, you should probably be watching this video too, so you know why your parents are all of a sudden being like, really fun, woohoo, right? But that you can start right now, and it's the parent's job to hold the standard, encourage the standard, and teach the standard. It's the kid's job to learn and grow, right? A lot of teenagers aren't doing anything around the house right now except for like eating all of your food and then leaving the dishes all over the house. And that is usually a symptom of we didn't do this before, right? We weren't managing this earlier. So the earlier you start, the better. But if you haven't started yet, the time to start is right now. Now, you can go Google like age-appropriate chores and you're going to get a bajillion images for that. But basically, preschoolers can help and sort. Basically, elementary school kids can do some tasks independently with lots of prompting. Middle schoolers can do more independent tasks, but will still need prompting and can start doing more complicated tasks. And teenagers really should not be relying on you at all for the maintenance of their own space, like their bedrooms and their clothes and their dishes. Okay? So until I see you guys next time, thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more about me, you may visit my website, JenDalyLicsw.com. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.